Alright, let's see what's going on here. That's a lot of annoying Pokemon on one team. But nothing really enjoys fighting Bisharp, so that's pleasant. I mean, the Volcanion Rotom thing keeps Bisharp from getting too annoying one-on-one, but it's a really bulky Bisharp too, so it can take it can take a bulky extra EQ. I think, well, Rotom's always a safe lead. And well, Lopunny's actually amazing in this matchup, especially because it's adamant. So I'm not going to outspeed Weavile, but I am going to hit Diancie really hard. Fun fact, you get like, I forget, it's been a while since I've played anything, but I know you get time back at the beginning of a Battle with Team preview. You get like 100 seconds or something. So there's really no reason not to do it. Okay, that's not a great roll to start off. So I think it's going to be either Rotom or Diancie. Well, I don't really love... Oh, I kind of wish I had Heal Bell on Lopunny. But no, Quick Attack is needed. So... Well, Adamant Lop also gets outsped by Torn, so... I think he's gonna go with a Diancie lead. I don't really have a good lead into Diancie either, is the thing. I'm gonna go with Bisharp, because even if I face a Rotom lead... Ooh, that's not good. Well, it's better than Rotom. Maybe. Alright, well, we are going right into Torn, playing it safe. Alright, just... Oh, that's great, actually. Now I assume Diancie's going to come in on a knockoff. I don't think he wants to have Volcanion knocked, because it is famously irritating to deal with. So... Oh, okay, we got it right in on Rotom. That U-turn did a strange amount of damage. I wonder if that means it's offensive. That's what we have the calc for. Yeah, U-turn doing 14. That means it's offensive Rotom, because that is not a bulky set. Yeah, okay, so we've got a Scarf Rotom on our hands. That's cool. So what can we do? I think I really dig sending into Rotom here. Well, simply because I don't want Ferrothorn to get tricked or burned if it's not necessary, you know? The trick is what makes it more irritating than your garden variety Rotom. On the bright side, I'm really glad I don't have a reason to regret Modest Keldeo in this game. So... Well, Scarf Rotom should run Will-O-Wisp, in my opinion. So I don't want to just send Bisharp. And I want to keep Bisharp healthy anyway. So, I think, yeah, we're going to go to Lopunny and... Okay, well, the nice thing about that offensive Rotom is that it might just straight up get shattered by High Jump Kick. Yeah, that's a lot of damage, and he doesn't really have a good switch in. So, we are going to fake out just for that free damage. Oh, yeah, Jesus. That did so much. Okay, so we're doing 25 there. So our high jump kick is doing, you know, minimum 73. So we're not going to be afraid. We're just going to go for that KO. He might notice that it's adamant and go to Torn, but I would much rather... him go to Torn and eat a big high jump kick than, you know, stay in and return and, yeah, well. Oh, man, Anyway, that's a good start. Ferrothorn didn't get burned, which is nice. So I assume that it wasn't. It was a more offensive lefties Rotom, which is also a great set. So very cool. Now I assume Diancie or Torn come in here. Well, Volcanion can come in too. Yeah, that makes more sense. Alright, well, he's also got the possibility to double to Weave or Diancie, but I think that's unnecessary simply because Steam Eruption is so free. So I'd rather just go to Torn, and it's... yeah, that doesn't do very much. No burn, that's lovely. Now, I'm going to try and knock off in case he... yes, okay. I thought he might protect, because they sometimes run that. But we've got the knockoff on Volcanion, and that's amazing. So, what can we do now? I don't necessarily need Keldeo at super high health, because I've also got Bisharp and a max defense Ferrothorn and Lopunny for Weavile, and even a Scarf Lando, worst case, because it's probably going to be banned. But I also don't... the downsides of going to Keldeo here are big, because I eat a Steam Eruption burn, and then I attack into AV Torn without Rocks Up. So that's going to be a net negative, especially with how big, with how weak Torn is. I don't really need Torn to regenerate against anything. Torn's not really needed, so I think it's better to just... alright, even though I miss Hurricane, that, sucks, and gets the burn, which is unfortunate, but that happens. More importantly, we got the thing. So now we're going to go to Lando, and he might just stay in, and because he doesn't know I'm max attack. That might have been a little hasty, but I also didn't like the idea of Focus Blasting into Torn, and so I think this is better. So even if it's like the bulky Volcanion with like Bold and a lot of defense people are using, then... let's see, I think it's like 156 or something, the amount of defense they use. Yeah, I'm gonna U-turn. Yeah, okay, that's good. Perfect, in fact. Okay. So now the question is, do I... it's not Helmet, so that's nice. Do I go to Bisharp? I assume that's a bulky Torn. Let's see if we can suss anything out about that Torn nature. U-turn does 14. Okay, we'll just assume it's bulky. Well, okay, yeah. If it was 0 bulk, i.e. Life Orb, i.e. actually capable of KOing Bisharp with superpower, then that'd be something else. But if it's just going to be... because I am max HP, so... hasty superpower... against okay, no, even that'll KO. I'm underestimating Torn a little. So we're going to go to Ferrothorn and get some spikes up. Oh, wait, no, I think I have to explode, actually. So if I explode and take the Torn out, and I didn't realize my... no, that doesn't even do enough. Now we're going to spike... okay, good. Oh, perfect, actually. Yeah, we're going to spike. Volcanion comes in. And Torn is chunked really nicely. So now we go to Keldeo, not really much of a choice. Doesn't Steam Eruption get the burn, so that's wonderful. So he's either going to protect or go to Torn. Is there something I can do that covers both? There's no way he's Steam Eruption, so I'm going to Lando here. Perfect. Okay. And now I'm going to get some nice Scarf Rock. Oh, no, that was so stupid. Wait, no, it works. Okay, great. And he's HP Ice. So, okay, I thought he was going to U-turn and go to Exca. Well, but then I realized as soon as that happened, because my timer's low, that I could go to Ferrothorn and Rocky Helmet, punish that, because it's at max defense and full health. So, Torn, I believe, does not have... okay, no, Hurricane does KO Lopunny. Because I don't want to necessarily go to Evil Ed and then... I mean, that would bait... what's it called? The thing really nicely, actually. Excadrill to get slammed really hard. Because I want to go and Lopunny on the... on the thing. You know, the... U-turn. Because there's no way he hurricanes. Yeah, no, I'm going to Lopunny. Perfect. Okay, now we have a free fake out. I gotta get some timer back, actually. Usually I'm not explaining out loud to myself, so this is a little new. So I don't know if he knows that I'm adamant yet. Oh, he just goes right to Weavile on the fake out. Well, that's wonderful. That's amazing, because now I get rid of Weavile. I don't really care if I eat an Ice Shard. Oh, that's amazing. So now Diancie comes in. Volcanion. I can calc this quickly. Yeah, okay, return is not quite going to do the job just yet. Good news is that nothing really likes switching into... Alright, don't burn. Oh, we protected. Okay, great. Now, just go for Focus Blast and hit, please. Because Modest Specs Focus Blast is going to sting even AV Torn with... goodness, that does a lot. And, yeah, so now what do we go to? We don't want it to spin if we can help it. I think he's going to just... Yeah, no, we're going to go to... That's okay, that was a nice move. But since I'm bulky, then I can stay in and knock off. And I assume he's going to try and get rocks. Oh, wait, no, I can make a good move here. I can go to Lando, get rocks. Wait, no, that was stupid. That was really stupid of me. Because I can't get rocks and prevent him from... Oh, wait, no. Okay, great. That worked out. Yeah, sorry I'm not articulating as well as I'd like, by the way. I'm just, you know, I can't move as fast as I would, or I can't explain as fast as I have to move now with the timer. So maybe we can go through the replay after. Okay, we get a nice pursuit there, and Excadrill cannot spin against Ferrothorn anymore. Okay, so in comes Diancie. Now, Diancie is going to hit really hard against this Bisharp with Earth Power. Yeah, it's really likely going to be a KO, actually. You just have to... Sucker Punch does a pretty hefty chunk. If it's HP Fire, then I don't think it's going to KO. What's the timer at? Okay, 60. Hidden Power Fire. I mean, it still might, honestly. Oh, or even Moonblast. Okay, yeah, I'm even in... Moonblast hits harder than HP Fire, and I'm, you know, most likely in range of that. So now we just have to figure out how much damage Lopunny is doing with Return, because that will lock the game up. And how much is HP Fire doing to Pharaoh? A lot. Yeah, this is gonna be an annoying finish. Okay, I think we have to go to Ferrothorn. Okay, it's Earth Power. Thank God. That makes things easier, because now I can just Power Whip and do a lot of damage to whatever. I mean, I don't even care if Torn comes in, because that's just another Bisharp switch. Maybe I possibly should have used Knockoff against Torn. That might have been a bit short-sighted. I am operating under some heavy timer pressure here. But yeah, here I just Power Whip and kill the Excadrill. Great. In comes Volcanion. Now we're going to Keldeo, because that was a nice move. He gets the KO there. Or here, rather. Okay. So now I go back to Ferrothorn, Power Whip again. I think if Torn comes in, we might just use Knockoff. Because at this point, it really is about just forcing as much damage on the Lopunny as we can. So I think he's going to Hurricane here, so we can get the... Okay, nice move on his end. I should have just... But that's the thing, I think... Because Lopunny's doing how much... Like, a lot of damage, right? Yeah. So I think we just Sucker Punch... Yeah, okay, that's great. Yeah. Now Lopunny, we just go here and fake out. And what's the damage Lop will do against Diancie? Return 36 minimum against... Okay, so we just spam return and that's the game. Well, Torn comes in here, and then we go to... We still have an explosion from Lando, but we have to position it in on Torn. So even if Diancie absorbs, then we get fake out. And, what's it called? The thing. Yeah, so just return. And... Okay, we sack this. We could have just quick attacked, I guess, but, you know. I clicked spikes there, didn't I? Yeah, we're just gonna go and finish with explosion because it's cool. Wow, okay, so that was a fun game. Okay, so since this isn't in the beginning of the battle, because, yeah, then I got the urge to play some ORAS not that long ago, and I decided, you know what, if I sign up again, I'm just gonna make some teams that I think are fun and just see what happens, go wild. So this was a game for the first week of ORAS Premier League, and my opponent is, I forget when, he goes by ACR1 usually, but sometimes he has some other names too. But I've played him before, he's a great ORAS player, very inventive. And so it was nice for my first tournament game in, I think, like over a year? Something like that, to be against him. And in ORAS, because in ORAS I have less trouble, you know, letting go and just enjoying the game for what it is. And there's so much I'm going to make a lot of videos on ORAS because there's so much creativity just waiting to be mined in this tier. So much fun stuff. Even this team I thought was, you know, pretty cool. So, although, you know, lesson learned, gotta put some more special defense on Bisharp. But yeah, so that was a very fun game, and you know, let's just go through the replay really quickly, see if there's anything I could have, anything that stands out. I'm not gonna do, you know, an hour-long deep dive. I'm making sure that I don't do an hour-long deep dive because I have a little bit of a cold, and I'm just emotionally very high-strung right now because I got a message from someone I haven't talked to in years, and so electricity just running everywhere, like the new form of the arm in Twin Peaks: The Return. Am I right? Yeah, Volcanion was a good lead on his end in retrospect because it 1v1's pretty much everything. Well, I mean, it doesn't want to lead off into Torn, but that's another reason why Volcanion's a good lead, because I don't want to lead Torn against a team with Diancie and Weavile. So, okay, my team does look pretty intimidating in team preview, so that's good. I think there's some sort of psychological effect to that, you know? And, you know, there's a lot of heavy hitters. I just wanted to throw together strong stuff with decent synergy, and this was that. So, yeah, and I have 2 explosions on this team, which is cool. But the basic idea is, you know, double fighting assault, pursuit, lots of knockoffs, 2 explosions just to help out against more irritating things. And a thing I also really wanted to do was use HP Ice Torn with special attack investment to make sure Gliscor can't stuff it, so then Clefable will have to fight it, and Clefable will get knocked off, and then I can pursuit chip Clefable effectively with Bisharp, and that makes Lopunny more threatening. That was the general idea I had going in. Yeah, and then the rest, I mean, I'm sure I'll have a video about all the ORAS teams I make in the coming however long. Yeah, my mental faculties are really starting to fail me. That was a lot of mental exertion that I haven't engaged in a while. But yeah, I'm sure I'll cover this team in that, whatever it winds up being. Yeah, my propensity for English is starting to fail me too. So we'll just go through this quickly. Volcanion, good lead. Flamethrower, just playing it safe in case I'm a Life Orb Bisharp and decide to just attack. Yeah, nice. Lopunny, Torn being good, not getting burned, missing the Hurricane. That's fair. You know, he didn't burn. He burned 1 out of 3 steam eruptions. Hey, but steam eruption can also miss. I should complain about that. Anyway, that was I think something I wasn't used to here. All right, what used to be used to, but now I'm not because I'm super out of practice. Which is also why I made some of those silly moves, I think, was that I spent so much time explaining for the sake of the video that my timer dropped. I mean, this is turn 8. I'm already down to 120 seconds. Goodness. So, yeah, that definitely played a part. And then 60 seconds by the time turn 9 rolls around. My goodness. But yeah, I got the spike. Yeah, I think if you want to analyze this replay, there's a lot to be learned of the risk-reward of the moves that were being made. Oh, it's a Scarf Rocks Lando, so I have speed and offensive pressure on the rocker for things like Zam and getting rocks up against Hyper Offense, stuff like that. And the Lop Honey thing is cool. Yeah, I don't think he caught on that the Lop was adamant, but I am glad that I got away with switching Lop into Tornadus like that. Yeah, that was cool. Keldeo, modest Focus Blast Keldeo. Let's look at how much that did to Torn again. That's just so satisfying. Bang. Yeah. That was a great move on his end, the double switch to Excadrill. And yeah. But this is the exact scenario why I or one of the scenarios why I have max HP Bisharp. 1, to stay in on Excadrill like this, and 2, to switch into Clefable more repeatedly, which is why it also has leftovers. So here's the thing where I mess up. The idea is I get up rocks with Lando and then go to Pharaoh, but then I realize if he stays in and just commits to rapid spinning, then I can't keep him up. So that I didn't catch on. I could have kept doing it until I was sure and then gotten the KO with Ferrothorn, so I at least would have gotten that I would have removed a sack for him, which is nice. Also, I see now why he has Earth Power Diancie instead of HP Fire, because he can pretty consistently burn Pharaoh in most games with Rotom, so he doesn't need HP Fire for it. And he's obviously very well equipped against Mega Scizor. So yeah, but I think he also was like, oh well, if he's coming in and he's Scarf, he's gonna try and attack me, so that's why the rocks wound up being a good idea. And rocking just once or twice and seeing what happens is... Because I also don't want to, get spun on a million times and then die to Stealth Rock of his, so... that was a foolish oversight on my end with the timer really low. But it wound up working because the aggression faked him out nicely. So here... Yeah. Wasn't sure about sending Bish into Tornadus. I mean, Superpower's so rare, that's... Obviously, you can't always account for that. But Heat Wave is also quite common, so... Yeah, here I think it might have been nice to... Well, the Pursuit wound up being big because it kept it in Lopunny priority range and made it harder for it to switch into Ferrothorn later. So that Pursuit wasn't really a mistake or an oversight or anything. I think I should have, or if I had more time, I would have taken my time a little more and said, alright, should I knock off and guarantee a KO instead? I think both were fine. If someone wants to deep dive in, then that's also good. Yeah, so Pharaoh comes in here. Gotta put some more defense on Pharaoh, I think. Or special defense, sorry. But yeah, everything being weakened here did wind up being nice. Because it was either KO or, yeah. God, Adamant Lopunny is so strong. So, Volcanion, great move there to just pick up another KO with Diancie. In comes Pharaoh. Power Whip, so yeah, there's the Pursuit paying dividends. Another great double, not risking anything as Bisharp comes in. But now at this point, Sucker into... I mean, he could have played Protect games, I guess, but then you get into some weird territory. Trying to PP stall Sucker Punch with Protect, so... So, yeah, and now Lopunny just does amazing Lopunny things. Yeah, I should have... I just went with the instinctual click at the end. Because I didn't want the timer to run out. And my instinct was, get the double priority, as opposed to looking at what was on the screen and saying, oh, it's 17, I can just quick attack. But, yeah, and I got to the explosion finish. So yeah, my first tournament game in like a year, so we had to look at it twice, because there might not be another. I might decide, you know what, I'm going out on this high note. Anyway, good game again to ACR1. He's a great player. And, you know, I hope he plays ORAS and SPL this year. And thank you guys for watching and putting up with my rambling. And, yeah, it's not like ladder where half the time the timer isn't on. And also, so I had to move faster than I could realistically explain. But I hope you enjoyed this anyway, because it wound up making the video shorter than my usual hour-plus adventures. So thank you again, and I'll catch you in the next one.